Someone hurt you, and maybe right now, you are still carrying it to bed, to work, into rooms full of people who have no idea what is happening inside you. You smile, you answer messages, you do what you have to do. But somewhere underneath all of that, the same moment keeps replaying, the same words, the same look, the same feeling in your chest. And the worst part is this: the person who hurt you may already be fine. They may be laughing somewhere, moving on, living their life, while you are still trying to understand why it hurt so much. So before anything else, let me say this clearly. Your pain is real. What happened mattered. The betrayal mattered. The disrespect mattered. The moment you felt invisible, replaceable, or not enough, that mattered too. You are not weak because it still hurts. You are not dramatic because you remember it. You are not broken because one moment changed the way you see people. You are human. And when something cuts deep enough, pretending it did not happen does not make you strong. It only makes the wound quieter. But quiet wounds still bleed. Here is what nobody teaches us. When someone hurts you, two things happen at the same time. The first thing is the actual pain. What they said, what they did, the trust they broke, the way they made you feel small. That part is real. You do not have to deny it. You do not have to defend why it hurt. But the second thing is what you do with the pain after. And that is where most people lose themselves. Not because they are weak, but because nobody ever showed them how to carry pain correctly. Some people run from it. Some people numb it. Some people bury it under work, scrolling, noise, or fake strength. But running from pain doesn't make it disappear. It just makes it follow you quietly. Until one day, something small happens. A message, a tone, a memory, a tiny disappointment. And suddenly, you fall apart. Not because of that one small thing, but because of every single thing you never allowed yourself to feel. That is frozen pain. And frozen pain is heavy. You carry it into new friendships, new relationships, quiet nights, normal conversations. And you wonder why peace never stays for long. So the first smart thing you do when someone hurts you is simple, but not easy. You stop running. You sit with it. You breathe. You let it be real. Because when you actually feel the pain instead of running from it, it starts to shrink. Slowly. Honestly. One breath at a time. Here is the second smart thing you do when someone hurts you. You stop trying to talk someone into treating you better. That sentence may feel uncomfortable. Because when you are hurt, your first instinct is to explain. You want to make them understand. You want to find the perfect words, the calmest message, the honest conversation, the sentence that finally makes them see what they did. And sometimes, a conversation can help, but only when the other person actually cares about your pain. If they do not, your words become a performance they can ignore. You can explain beautifully. You can speak gently. You can be patient. You can give them every chance to understand, and they can still go right back to treating you the same way. That is the lesson. You cannot talk someone into treating you better. Words can reveal the problem, but behavior teaches the consequence. Because when someone hurts you and nothing changes in your behavior, they learn something. They learn that they can hurt you and still keep full access. The same warmth, the same time, the same energy, the same version of you who shows up with a full heart, even after they handled it carelessly. That is not healing. That is training them to repeat it. So here is the practical action. Change your access. Quietly. Calmly. Without drama. You do not need to send a long, angry message. You do not need to post something online hoping they understand. You do not need to announce that you are pulling back. Just pull back. A little less available, a little less quick to answer, a little less willing to clear your schedule, a little less open with your private world. Not out of revenge, out of self-respect. If they value you, they will notice. They will ask what changed. They will try harder. They will meet you with more care. And then, maybe, a real conversation can happen. But if they get angry because you now have limits, that is information. If they say you changed like it is an insult, that is information. If they only miss you when you stop being easy to access, that is information. They were not missing you. They were missing easy access to you. Your time is worth something. Your energy is worth something. Your presence in someone's life is worth something. Until you treat it that way, nobody else will either. So stop waiting for the perfect conversation to fix everything. Change your behavior. Let it speak. It says more than words ever could. Here is the third smart thing you do when someone hurts you. You stop asking only what they did, and you start asking why it still hurts so deeply. Because not every cruel word stays with you. Some comments pass through your life and disappear. But some words stay. They replay at night. They follow you into silence. They echo in your mind when everything gets quiet. Why? Not just because they were mean. Not just because they came from someone you trusted, but because somewhere inside you, a part of you feared they might be true. Maybe they said you were not good enough, and some hidden part of you already wondered that. Maybe they said, nobody really cares, and some lonely part of you already feared that. Maybe they made you feel replaceable, and some wounded part of you already carried that fear. Their words did not create that fear. They just found it, like a key finding a lock that was already there. And this is where healing becomes deeper, because now the work is not only about them, it is about the part of you that still needs someone else to confirm your value. You cannot outrun someone else's opinion of you, but you can outgrow the part of yourself that needed their approval in the first place. And you do not outgrow that part by thinking only. You do not heal it by repeating words you do not believe yet. You do not rebuild yourself with quotes that feel good for 20 minutes, then disappear when the room gets quiet. You rebuild self-respect through action, real action, small action, repeated action. Work on the thing you keep avoiding. Learn something that makes you feel capable. Move your body, clean your space, create something. Finish one promise you made to yourself. Help someone without losing yourself. Every time you do something that makes you even a little bit proud, you are building evidence. Evidence that you can trust yourself. Evidence that you are not as weak as the pain made you feel. Evidence that one person's cruelty is not the final definition of who you are. That is how self-respect becomes solid. Not borrowed from someone else's approval, not dependent on someone else's apology, not destroyed by someone else's opinion, built by your own actions, day by day, choice by choice, promise by promise. And when your life starts getting full again, when you are growing, creating, learning, moving, and becoming someone you respect, the person who hurt you starts looking smaller, not because you hate them, but because your life got bigger. That is healing. Not forgetting what happened, but becoming too full to let it own the whole room inside you. Here is the fourth smart thing you do when someone hurts you. You learn to protect your inner world, because some of the people who hurt you did not break in. You let them in, not because you were foolish, not because you deserved the pain, but because you trusted too quickly. You gave access too early. Your time, your energy, your private thoughts, your deepest fears. your heart. And they did not handle those things carefully. That does not mean your kindness was wrong. Your ability to feel deeply is not the problem. Your loyalty is not the problem. Your open heart is not the problem. The problem is giving sacred parts of yourself to people who have not earned them yet. Think of your life like a house. There is a front porch, a living room, a kitchen, and a private bedroom. Not everyone belongs in every room. Some people should only stay on the porch. Some people can sit in the living room. A few can enter the kitchen. But the deepest parts of you, your pain, your dreams, your trust, your emotional world, should only be given to people who prove through consistent actions that they know how to handle you with care. You are not a public space, you are a private world, and who you let into that world matters. So stop treating access like a gift everyone automatically receives. Access is earned, slowly, clearly, through behavior, not charm, not words, not apologies that sound beautiful but change nothing. Watch how people treat you over time. Watch how they respond when you say no. Watch how they act when you are not useful to them. Watch how you feel after spending time with them. That question matters more than people think. After I leave this person, do I feel lighter or smaller? Do I feel safe or confused? Do I feel seen or used? Do I feel peaceful or emotionally tired? Your body often knows before your mind admits the truth. The people who leave you feeling anxious, drained, small, or not enough do not belong in your inner rooms. The people who leave you feeling respected, calm, seen, and safe can earn more access over time. This is not about becoming cold. It is not about building walls around your heart forever. It is about building a door with a lock, a door that opens with trust, a lock that protects your peace, a standard that says, I can love deeply and still choose carefully. That is maturity. That is self-respect. That is how you stop repeating the same wound with different people. Because when you protect your inner world, you stop confusing closeness with safety, and you stop giving the deepest parts of yourself to people who only deserved the porch. Here is the fifth smart thing you do when someone hurts you. You learn what forgiveness really means. And I know. This is the part many people resist. Because when someone says, forgiveness, you may think they are asking you to excuse what happened. They are not. Forgiveness is not saying what they did was okay. It was not. Forgiveness is not pretending it did not hurt. It did. Forgiveness is not forgetting. Your memory is valid. Your experience is real. Forgiveness is not letting them back into your life. You can forgive someone completely and still choose to never give them access again. Those two things can both be true. So what is forgiveness? Forgiveness is not a gift you give to the person who hurt you. It is a gift you give to yourself. It is the moment you decide, I will not let what they did control how I feel today. Because every time their words ruin a good moment, they still have power. Every time their memory changes your mood, they still have power. Every time you hold back in a new relationship because of what happened in the old one, they still have power over your future. And they are not even there. That is why forgiveness matters. Not because they deserve peace, but because you do. Forgiveness is taking your present back. It is saying, what you did was real. It hurt me, but I am not going to keep giving my life to that moment. And understand this. Forgiveness is not a switch. It is a practice. Some days you will feel free. Other days the anger will come back. The memory will come back. The question will come back. Why did they do that to me? And when it does, you choose again. You breathe. You release one more piece. You remind yourself, I am not living there anymore. Every time you choose that, the chain gets a little looser. The weight gets a little lighter. Until one day, you think about what happened, and it does not pull you under anymore. There is no heaviness, no panic, no need to prove anything. Just peace. That is real freedom. Someone hurt you, and that pain was real. But you are not meant to live inside that pain forever. Feel what you need to feel. Change your behavior. Build self-respect through action. Protect your inner world. And forgive. Not for them, for you. You are smarter than the hurt. Bigger than what they did. Stronger than that moment. And the fact that you are still here, still choosing to heal, still trying to become better, says something powerful about who you are. So take one step today, just one. If this message helped you, subscribe for more videos about healing, self-respect, emotional control, and quiet power. And comment one word below, healing. Because today, you stop carrying what was never meant to own you.